Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Rob, back again with another episode of From My Experience podcast, and I need to thank every last one of you, my listeners, my supporters. Thank you so much. Thank you, those of you, for just the text messages, the comments, the shares, the likes, the subscriptions. I greatly appreciate it. Those of you who have downloaded and used Pass the Peas app, man, download and use Pass the Peas app. Share some recipes on there. Get your family on there. Create some collaborative cookbooks and keep those memories alive, all right? Me, I'm still adapting to my new job, y'all. You know, I just got a new job not too long ago. And it's cool. You know, I'm in training. Y'all know how that goes. Training is just a long, drawn out process where you want to skip ahead because you done this like a million times, but the company got like new stuff in the, in the training program. So you got to like chill, play your role. So instead of me trying to jump out in front, you know what? I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to observe. I'm going to learn my role, and then I'm going to do it to the best of my ability when I'm out of training. I am done with the phase of my life where people recognize my greatness and want to take immediate advantage. It's like, nah, you got to pay me for that. Or where's the incentive for me to do more? I'll do more when it's necessary. But just to expect absolutely more when you're not giving me more, we're not doing that no more. All right? That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a while, we have a guest in the building. Now, y'all know, I just scroll Instagram, I scroll Facebook, and this brother actually just popped up on my timeline. I wasn't following him. He wasn't following me. And I had to invite him on the show for a very, very, very special reason, which I'll get to right after I introduce him. But ladies and gentlemen, we have internationally recognized truth coach, Mr. G Howell Jr.
Hey, how you doing, brother? It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate you reaching out. You know, people don't understand that social media, you know, I this is what I do it for. I really don't do it for the likes. I do it to meet people like you, brother, and I'm excited about this conversation. I can't wait.
Man, I appreciate that, man. You know, you are what I would call a hidden gem on social media, and the hidden gems are the people who just share real and authentic moments, man. And the reason I wanted to invite you on the show is I had a very tight relationship with my father, who passed away when I was in college. And the video I saw of you was you were in your truck and you were talking about a time, I think you lied to your dad about something. Like, yeah. So I'm just sitting there and I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I could totally relate to this, man. Then I went through your content and I was like, yo, he's perfect for the show because here From My Experience podcast, y'all know we promote positivity. So I'm like, yo, let me get him on the show. And here we are today, man. So I just want to thank you for sharing such a candid moment on social media like that.
Hey, man, transparency, that's what we need in life. It is ironic that you found me on social media because people put up a false personification on social media, but I try to be Randy all the time, and transparency is the best way for me to do it because at the end of the day, brother, as a 48-year-old man, I need those younger than me as well as older than me to learn from the mistakes that I made because I'm trying to make all relationships better, not just mine.
That's what, yeah. See y'all see? Perfect fit. That I say that all the time on here. I have people like yourself and I share my own stories on here because I don't want the people coming in behind me or shoot, even the people who are after me thinking about doing something that I've done. I want to share those experiences so they won't make those mistakes, man. Because you got to recover from the mistakes, y'all. But this is why we're here, okay? To spread the positivity. So can you tell us, you have an interesting story here. So you are a truth coach.
Yes.
What is a truth coach?
Right, man. So I actually started out as a life coach. I started out, as this life coach. And
okay.
After a couple of clients, I realized, I was like, man, it's life's not the problem. It's not life that's the problem. It's the people that I'm dealing with, they're not living within their own truth. Mm-hmm. And I reflected upon myself. We become so afraid in life to just hurt other people's feelings.
Yes.
especially those that are very, very close to us. So we get into these things, these traumatic situations, and people only want to see the trauma as these things that you see on TV, the big things, the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not always where it is. But the truth will set you free in those things that people don't see.
Mm.
See, if you're not, say, just like I love to use myself as an example because I like throwing anybody in the bus but myself.
Same.
You know what I mean? So I grew up in a happy home, brother. I had mother, father, they loved me, they did everything they did. But through my tutelage, I came up in a very strict religious background.
Okay.
That was traumatic for me. Now, I could have just continued to live in misery. I had suicidal thoughts, levels of depression. I just wanted to disappear because I felt like me disappearing would make everybody around me happier.
Mm.
But that wasn't my truth, brother. My truth was, Mom, Dad, I love you. I really do. I appreciate everything you did. But every decision that you made for me that you didn't let me have input in, I wasn't satisfied with.
That's the truth for you.
But that bled into my relationship with my wife and my kids. So I started raising my kids in the way that I did not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
So my truth was I had to say, Mom, I love you, and I appreciate the knowledge that you gave me, but I'm going to write my own chapter. I'm going to figure it out my own way because I want different results as it relates to my kids as they become younger.
Yes.
So, that's where the truth coach came from. It came from my story, bro. It came from me understanding that just because it may not be big to you, hey, it's big to me. And what really matters first and foremost is Randy G.
Hold on, let me give you a round of applause for that. Yo, it is so... This is a perfect alignment. I did a video near I want to say November-ish last year talking about something similar because I'm a millennial. And I was talking about, it's funny because typically people a little bit older than me, you remind me a lot of my mentor, shout out to Corbin J. Millett. He's one of the people that gets it and you're one of the people that gets it. It's kind of like people want to tie you into this system of family and beliefs and all this stuff. And like I made a joke about it, but I was serious. It's like, until you're like 40, 50 with like 3-4 kids, like people treat you like a kid. Like your input don't matter. If you ain't as old as them, like age was it. Like you could have a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It don't matter. When you come to grandma's house, your aunties and uncles are going to talk to you a certain way and treat you a certain way and don't recognize that you not the little boy that you used to be. And I talk about how my generation has been struggling to respectfully break away from that, like you just said, because I'm over here lighting up, like mom, dad, auntie, uncle, whoever. I love you, but this is my life. These are the decisions that I'm going to make, and this is how I need to see, how you need to see me now. I'm not little Robbie. My whole family called me Robbie. Some of them still call me little Robbie. I'm 38, right? And they still calling me this. Yeah, fully grown.
They call me little Randy, bro.
I was like, let me grow up, but eventually things like my podcast and just like work I've done, like my family sees it. I'm talking to them about business opportunities. So I'm also presenting myself in a certain type of way. And I find myself now having completely different conversations with them. But I just wanted to put that out there because like what you were saying completely resonated. And I haven't found too many people that's, a little bit older than me that kind of get it. And that's dope, man, that you see, okay, I didn't like this. Dang, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me back up. Because I don't want my kids to feel the way that I felt. Because that's...
There you go.
It's balance. Because people... I've seen people do the same thing. Or I've seen them overcorrect and give their kids everything that they didn't have.
Yes.
So you found the balance. Have you found the balance?
Yes. Well, I'm working on it daily, brother. I have a motto that I say you have to learn everybody you know daily.
Ooh.
Every day you have to relearn. If you don't, you're going to get stuck in the past. Think about what I'm saying.
True.
Because I believe in growth. I believe in growth. And with growth, there's change. With change, there comes change in the relationship. Daily.
Y'all heard that? Daily. You got to work at it daily. That's very real because we are dynamic people and the light bulb goes off for us at different times. So that day you decide to really buckle down and learn, that day you might catch something that you never saw before that was always there and takes that relationship to the next level, man.
Well, you think about it, Rob. Why do people practice in athletics?
They want to get better.
Every day. So as soon as the game is over, they may take a break, but they're practicing before the next game.
Yep.
That's how, if people got to take life like that, because you expect for those people that are high up in the echelon of athletics to be great every time you see them. So you will not accept the fact that they say, I practice through the off season, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. That was just my little 2 cents there. I love seeing things in sports, man, because that's what everybody watches in some way, shape, or fashion.
Can't get away from sports. Do you remember exactly what happened or the moment where you decided, you were going to be a life coach? Because I know you say you started off as a life coach, but what happened or what made you decide to want to do that, go down that path?
I actually do, man. So me and my wife, we had opened a beauty salon, and I walked away from corporate America. So I was as a marketing major, I realized that if I could find a way for my wife to only have to do hair, we could be successful in this industry. So I came in and I did everything but hair, and that included talking to the women that were there, and I had. And she said, Randy, and be a messenger, as a matter of fact. She said, Randy, those conversations we had changed my life. I said, whoa, bro, that's some big words.
Yeah.
Those are some big words, but to just have random conversations and someone said, this is an impact on your life moving forward.
That's serious.
It's amazing. So my wife, she's a big researcher. And at the time, I really, I knew about Tony and I knew about E.T. I knew about Gaskins. I knew about these guys, but I really didn't pay attention to their profession. She said, you're a life coach, right? I was like, dude, I ain't no life coach. I'm just Randy. She said, no, bro, you a life coach. She was like, so I need you to do what you do and get your certifications. And that's what I did. And that's when I had that first client that never opened her blinds. She work 12 hours as a nurse, and then she would come home and be in the dark. Bro, that's not life.
Wow.
Bro, that's a personal issue.
Yeah.
It's something internal that you're not facing. So you're not even living life. So once I got to talking to her and hearing her story, now I was like, wow. There's some things some holes in your story that you need to face. You need to stand up to yourself. And you need to stand up to those that you're afraid of. And I'm not saying do it maliciously. I'm just saying sometimes you just have to go to people and say, you know what, I love you, but the way we've been going for the last 5 years, we got to change it. If not, you're going to lose me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be that simple. And from that moment, I realized that it was the truth that will truly set you free. It's not life. It's the truth. And by her standing in her truth and saying, you know what, I'm not happy. See, people don't realize that statement is a truth.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. How many people have you met that don't tell you that?
Everyone.
Everyone. I'm not happy. But they will tell you that I'm depressed. I have high levels of anxiety. I'm on these Xanax to keep myself sane. These are the things that we hear, but that has to do with not being happy because you're not living in your truth.
Right.
So that's where True Coach Randy came from. The truth shall set you free.
How do you help people balance out, or do you help people balance out the delivery of the truth? Because, wow, you bring me way back. I wrote a blog about this a while back. It reminded me of who I was when I entered college. I was very straightforward, very truthful, but the delivery was bad. Like, it was very raw, very uncut, you know what I'm saying? And I'm young. I'm 18, 19 years old. I, of course, have learned through my mistakes and people pulling me to the side and giving me an earful that, hey, you could do this in a better manner or a better way. Yeah. So, I think that's probably a key point in what you do, because you're changing someone's mindset. And like you just said, they're standing up to people. So they're probably saying things and using verbiage they've never used before. So how do you coach someone through that?
Well, at the end of the day, I believe that relationships can be repaired, but you can't fix the bad times that you've lived through. So if the delivery is wrong, but you're getting it out, it's okay to me.
Okay.
I'm a practicer. So, because at the end of the day, you don't want to just go in there and be like, boom, and talk. But sometimes, bro, I'm going to tell you something. This is true. You don't always have to have a conversation with people. Sometimes you have to change your walk. Sometimes you have to change your walk and allow the moments to be created within your journey. So, and we reflect back on what you said. So I take what you said. You said, they always looked at me as little Robbie.
Yep.
Then right after that, you said, but I started my blogs and my podcasts, and the conversations changed.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to say anything to anybody. You had to change your walk. You had to show them who the new version of Rob is. And then they start to respect who you have become. See, that's what we have to do sometimes. So there's many ways to do it, because a lot of times, Rob, you're going to be dealing with people that are so close to you that it can almost be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like mom.
Yeah.
Like dad. So sometimes you have to just show them the different way. And that way you get the best of both worlds. You get an opportunity to change the narrative, but you also get the opportunity to give them the grace to say, I did a good job.
Dang. You right. You making me think about myself as a person, man. I'm not big on words. That's a gift and a curse, but I'm not big on words, because I truly believe actions do speak louder than words, because people tell you stuff all the time, but when someone actually goes out and does it, it's like, okay, these are results. This is a measurable result. That's why I like to just go out there and just do it. So we're going to have a conversation. I can talk about what I've done versus what I want to do. And like you said, it's changed. People have known me. Okay, let me see. How can I say this? It's an expression, y'all, but people will call me Jamaican because I always have a bunch of jobs.
I got you, bro. Yeah, they do me the same way.
That's for the audience out there, because I try not to offend people, but that's what they used to call me. But even that moniker has faded, and people recognize, okay, you're more focused, you're more centered. And you're right, I do like the results that I'm getting. But the funny thing about it is I've learned to use it for the opposite, because now when people start to perceive me a certain type of way and I don't like it, I have to sit down and say, whoa, okay, well, what are they talking about? And is it valid? Because sometimes there's some validity to it, but we haven't sat down, like you said, to face ourselves to say, okay, you know what? I do this, and this, and maybe that's why they say that. So if I don't want this anymore, I need to either have a conversation, or like you said, I need to change my walk.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Yeah, looking in the mirror, man.
Looking in the mirror.
Now, you are a family man, and you have one of the toughest jobs in the world, and that is being a parent. I was a teacher for 10 years, so I don't have any kids, but I get a glimpse into y'all's world. And you said something, in your questionnaire, which was part of the reason why, another reason why you became, a truth coach. And you said it was the current state of the world from your perspective. And I brought parenting into that because you are helping build a path for your entire family, so you need to be seen with clarity, and you do need to be paying attention for potential road bumps and, obstacles that may come that you're trying to prepare them for. So what was it, or how do you see the world now? What are some things that you're seeing that you're like, all right, we got to see how to navigate this?
Well, we're such in this social media age now.
Yep.
And that's not reality.
Sure ain't.
So I homeschool my kids. My kids have always been homeschooled. This is before pandemic. My daughters are 13 and 14. And as a 15-year-old, I used to watch Doogie Howser.
Yeah,
and
I remember Doogie.
I always wanted a kid that was a prodigy. So when I met my wife, I told her that she was like, that would be pretty cool. So my kids have never been to daycare or anything. So and I give that premise so that you understand that I still deal with the things that the parents in the real world deal with because of social media. They see things that look so good to them that they forget where they are at that moment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so that's what I mean when I say that. That's the world right now.
Say that last part again.
I remember MySpace. You remember MySpace?
Yeah, MySpace, Black Planet. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Planet. Then also we had Facebook. Then also it was Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and it goes on and it goes on. And everybody has all of them.
All of them.
Bro, we only got so many hours in the day. We only got so. So guess what is teaching our kids? That.
Yeah.
That is, as a parent, man, that is one of the hardest things to combat. So what I've learned, Rob, is that I've always done this with my daughters since they were able to coherently have a conversation with me. I have that no parent zone, understanding, respect. Mm-hmm. Let's have a conversation. Whatever you say, it's a conversation for growth at that moment. And that's how I've been leading my life with my kids. And I tell you, it's usually on a Saturday or Sunday morning. We pretty much every week we have an intimate conversation. We have one this morning, and it always makes us better together.
Nice.
And that's what I would encourage parents, because I grew up in a hush, be quiet.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
I grew up in that type of environment, and I'm like, good God Almighty! At 18, you're gonna put me out of the house. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
At 18, you're going to college. You're gonna be. But how am I going to tackle this world when I never knew how to voice my opinion?
Yeah.
Parents need to think about the fact that you are raising a tree that will eventually have to stand alone and find a way to nourish itself, because nobody is bringing a bucket of water anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I heard that put as smooth as that, but could you wow, I never thought about it like that. That's real talk.
That's real talk. Yeah, that's our key. Allow them an opportunity to make a mistake. Allow them an opportunity to have to understand how to survive when a squirrel and a bird want to live on you. You have to.
I ain't messing with you. Some of y'all missed that. Rewind it.
They missed it, but you got it.
Yeah.
so that's parenting in a nutshell for me, man. So I have to give my kids a voice, and it makes it better, because I know that me and my parents' relationship would have been 100 times better if I was able to speak. And at 40, when my daughters are 48, and Lord willing, I'm still here, I want them still to be my daughters that love to talk to their father.
Yep. Well,
that's important. That's so important to me.
You've opened the door for conversation, and you've created a comfort zone. So as a child who had what you're talking about, my dad was the one in middle school. I would say you're on the right path. Just don't do nothing crazy. But my dad was like that. And it's going to pay dividends much later in life. Like, I could sit here and talk all day about the lessons my dad gave me, especially when I didn't want to hear them. Boxing would be on, Saturday morning cartoons, and my dad would just want to have a full-blown conversation. But the other thing, one of the most important things he taught me as far as voicing my opinion is showing my worth by being able to accurately describe my actions. Like, if I ever wanted anything, he would say, explain to me why I should buy this to you. So I got to break down my grades, how I'm busting down these dishes. Like, I really had to learn how to converse and give a logical reasoning behind my thinking and what I wanted to do. Because some of us ask for stuff sometimes, and if you think about the reason, it's pretty dumb. But but he taught me to really sit back and dang, if I'm asking for something and I don't even know why I really want it, and I can't even explain to you, then you're not gonna want to get it. And then at that point, do I really need it? But that conversation piece was tough, especially when we got older, because then you got that I gotta stand up for myself. You still dad, but hold on, I gotta put some of these lessons that you gave me on you. But what you're saying is paramount, man. When I was teaching, I would always tell my parents, the best thing you can do for your kids, even if the math is harder for you, even if the reading is hard for you, even if you got a busy week, try to every day, if you can't every day, pick at least 3-4 days a week. Just have 30-40 minute conversation with your kid and say, hey, how was school? What'd you learn this week? Like, there's always going to be something for y'all to talk about and something for you to catch up on. But just having conversations with your kids, not shoving them in front of devices, like, they need to know who you are too. That's the other thing. That's a whole nother tangent. But what you said, I think your girls will be able to come to you, man, for sure.
That's crazy because I actually what your dad does, I do that with my kids right now to this day. If they ask me for anything, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, I'll get it for you, but I need to know why you want it. So go back to the beginning and tell me what the process was to get you to ask me for it. Man, my kid's brother, I don't say no often. I tell you something. Brother, when I tell you these girls go back, I got one daughter that pretty much brings full business plans. They bring videos, they bring passages. They convince me that it is important that they do that or that they get that. But you know what? I'm preparing them for the world.
Yes. The critical thinking.
Yes.
It's lacking, bro. Like, I'm like it's so. I got another question for you. I'm gonna get back to it, but it's scary. No, it's just scary because, like, and those of you who don't believe me, go to your kid's school, volunteer or something like that. If your kid is between maybe fourth to eighth grade, maybe even high school, ask some of the kids questions like, how much does a car cost? Give them a regular car like a Toyota Camry. Ask them how much a house costs. Ask them how much ask them how much some of these practical things in the world that we operate through as adults cost, or, how they operate. Most of them cannot answer. Their brains it doesn't even make sense. Like, I have had kids tell me, in 2016, houses, $5,000, $10,000, no, $20,000. I'm like, for an 8-bedroom, 5-bath, on 5 acres, and then you have someone like your kids or like me who you've taught to really think through what you're saying. You can hear other people, man, that ain't right. Like, I might not know the answer, but I know that ain't the answer. So that critical thinking, man, is so vitally important, man. You're instilling some good stuff in those young ladies.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother. I appreciate that.
All right, tell us about your book, The Truth of the Matter. Is that the name of it?
The Truth of the Matter is.
Okay, The Truth of the Matter is. Tell us about this book and what inspired it.
Man, my life story. The truth of the matter is, it's and I actually grabbed a copy here because I just want people to know that.
Signs of a true author. Got a copy near him. I ain't even got my book near me. Oh, Lord. You caught me slipping.
But, it's got, you think about the titles of the very quick read, quick read. Everything it's only like 62, 63 pages. But each passage is a power punch. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to give you just enough to spark your mind.
Okay.
But I also wanted to give you enough to not want to get rid of it. I want this in your briefcase, in your purse. I wanted it where, I got to think about ego block. You versus you. Trigger warning. These are the titles of the little quick reads. The blind spot. Inside out. Stuff like that. It triggers you like, what in the world is this guy talking about? Then you read it and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was there. That's something that I experienced. Let me go back and see what Coach talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what it is. That's why players are given the playbook before they go to practice.
Yes, sir.
They're given the opportunity to see before they act. So there it is. Playbook.
I'm gonna have to grab a copy of that.
I ain't got to worry about grabbing a copy, brother. Once we get through this, you're gonna get your personal copy.
Oh! Perks of being a podcast host, man. Yes, I need it. I need to get back on my reading kick. Like, typically, everyone who comes on who has something, I always get a copy, or I try to get an autographed copy from everybody just to commemorate and to learn, man. I like those titles, too, because I'm hitting a very personal, hard reset in my life. Like, my life literally got reset in, like, one of the scariest but best ways, and I learned from it. I came out okay. I'm cool. I'm rebuilding now. So stuff like that is important, especially since I do want a family. I do want a wife with children and stuff
Yes.
like that. I'm a little older,
Sure.
so now my selection is different. But I really need to hone in on being the best version of myself and really saying, okay, Robert Wilson Jr. today, right now, what are you looking for and what do you want?
There you go. There you go, bro. That's quality.
So yeah, it starts here.
Yes.
It definitely starts here.
It's quality.
Yo, how do you balance your work with your work life and your family life? Because you have a very important role. You know, a lot of people look at coaches as like father figures and just mentors and guides through life, but you also have your own tribe at home. So does it ever get tough with like your coaching schedule versus family time?
It doesn't, man, because my life, I'm blessed, man. Bro, I'm blessed. My wife, my kids, and my wife work with me.
Oh man.
And man, like literally, they work with me. So we're together like 24 hours a day for real, for real. And my wife is actually my manager. So, truth, call my house Truth University because it's 24/7.
Wow, you might have just cracked the code. Y'all heard that?
I did. I believe I did, man, because at the end of the day, my kids, oh my God, bro, my wife, first of all, she's my number one fan.
How'd you meet your wife?
God. Listen. Many people don't want to believe it, man. But so this is a crazy story. I'll tell you real quick. So I was working in a furniture store at the time, and I was told as a warehouse guy, do not go into the main lobby.
Wow.
I heard a voice say, "Come here." So I went and I saw a glimpse, a silhouette, and I was like, "Whoa." But that's all I saw. So I went home to my nephew, my best friend at the time, and I told him about this figure. And he was like, dude, go on somewhere. Next day, I heard it again. Come here. I went in there, man, and this time I saw blonde hair and a braid. You know what a braid is, right?
Yeah.
Went back to my best friend at the time and explained it to him. Back then, we didn't have cell phones. We had wallets with a picture in it. He pulls out this picture. He's like, bro, is this what you talking about? I said, wait a minute. He said, nah, bro, that's my auntie.
Wow.
Had never met her, bro. Never met her in my life. So, of course, you know, he said, he knows me. I'm not helping you. Because that's my auntie.
Right.
You got to figure this out on your own. So that's what I did, man. And I just that's when I really knew who I was. And that's when I really knew how to love a person. That's when I really knew. But check this out, Rob. That's when I really knew how to like a person.
Oh.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Because
you can love everything and like nothing.
Yes. Being likable is not talked. All you social media relationship people, that is not talked about enough.
You better talk about
Being likable is oof.
Yes.
Go ahead. Ooh.
So man, she made me chase her. But I'm gonna tell you the turning point was, bro, when come on, man, we dudes, man. You know every guy out there, you know what you chasing. Let's just leave it clean, like.
Yep.
She broke it down to me. She said, that's not what you're getting from me until you get to know me. And she made me prove something to myself that a real relationship was worth sacrificing all the things that everybody else had given me freely.
The gems that are being dropped.
I'll be damned.
That's my newest drop. Shout out to Sheena. I had to hit that one. Wow. Yo, I feel the same way, man, which is I've seen the beauty of relationships and that's what I want. So I definitely try to maintain a balance of ratchet and righteous out here. But I don't be out there like that, man, just because I know there's a lot that comes along with it. And, you know, you and another person, y'all connecting like that, it can turn out a lot of different ways. So you got to be careful. But you just dropped, that might be the gem of the year.
And I dated 8 months, been married 22 years, brother.
Wow. Hold up. Round of applause for Black Love. Wow, man. congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Hey, man, I wear that heavy on my sleeve, man, because that's big, bro. And I've been working with her side by side since '04. And before '04, we were miserable because we weren't together the way we should be. Once we realized that we have committed to something that is for life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
This something I got to give you, brother. People don't realize that when you're dating, you're intentional about the person.
Yep.
When you start your marriage journey, everything but the person becomes important.
Oof. Oof.
You worry about the job every day. You worry about the bills every day. You worry about, am I dating good? Am I still dating her? Where's my time? Oh my God, I need to watch the game this weekend. Oh God, I gotta go to the grocery store. Who? She just asked me if I wanted to have babies. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a lot.
But no one time did I say, hey baby, how was your day?
True.
See, those are the things that you did every day when you were dating because you were trying to keep something that you didn't have yet.
You got to work on keeping it though after the marriage. That's a new beginning.
I say that's every day you have to learn the people that are in your life.
Who do I want to learn? Let me write that down.
Talk to him.
That's how I'm gonna talk to him. Can I learn you? Huh? Never mind. You ain't.
Hey, that's real stuff though, bro.
Yeah.
You said something. Then people should ask that question. Can I learn you?
That's a question I'm definitely gonna have to ask.
Because if a person says yes, then they just opened up the book.
Can I learn you? Don't use these gems and tidbits for the powers of evil, y'all. Because I know some of y'all
There
out
you
there.
go.
I know somebody heard that. Like, yo, that is a good. Can I learn you? I'm gonna use that today.
Yeah, so you gonna use that one today.
I am. When we get off, I got someone I want to text because I do want to learn.
There it is.
That's just the best way to put it. Instead of
I love it.
I'm going to do that, man. Man, I only got a couple more questions for you. I'm gonna let you get out of here. So, thus far on your journey in coaching, what would you say your greatest success has been?
Oh man, this may seem cliche to many, may seem stupid to some, but to find my path, that strength to tell me she trusts me and that I make her feel safe.
Wow.
See, people don't understand that you can be in a relationship forever and your partner can never feel safe. They can feel secure. But there's a difference between security and safety. Safety means that a person will allow you to carry them and they do not feel like they will ever fall.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for... That's a mic drop. He gave me a mic drop, man. Ooh. That was a mic drop right there, yo. Wow. Man. Now you're making me want to go back and ask some questions. Lord, I got to do some soul searching now, man. Wow. I know that must have felt heavenly.
Bruh, start crying, bro.
Dang.
Man, that's like, man, you can't imagine. And I got an alpha. I have a strong woman that I don't try to cage. So to hear that, bro.
Yeah, means even more. You got someone who lets you be you, man. You know that we were talking about the state of the world, man, and one of the things that's coming out now is the voices of black men. Where have they been? We are not all represented by hip hop artists and athletes, y'all.
There you go.
We love some of them, you know,
Yeah,
part of our culture too. But
I'm with you.
that the voice of the black man has just been, I don't want to say under attack, but just a huge topic of conversation. And I'm glad that you found someone that lets you use your voice, and well,
Yes.
not let you, but accepts
I
the fact
understand.
that, you know what I'm saying? Because like so many people, we're scared to do it for so many reasons. And when it's not thrown back in your face, and when someone can accept what you're saying and hear you out, and say,
Yes,
"All
sir.
right, I'm listening. I'm listening to internalize. I'm not listening just to respond." That makes
Yes.
all the difference, man. So I'm glad you found a place like that. That's a place where I need to land, for
Yes.
real.
With you, bro.
God. So okay, my last question for you, and then if you have anything else you want to talk about, we can. But my very last question for you: where do you see your coaching program and what you do? Where do you see that going in the next 5 years?
World changed, bro. I mean, I've been told that I'm crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I paid attention to avalanches. I paid attention to tornadoes. I paid attention to hurricanes, and they all start from something small, and they grow to something big, and they create mass destruction. So I said, if I can start teaching one person how to live in their truth, and I create a tornado, a hurricane, I can create mass change for
That's
the best. You see, you got to look at certain things for what they really are. I don't want to change 1,000,000 people at one time, brother. I want to change one at a time, because I'm going to tell you something about real change, Rob. If I really help you change, you're going to change everybody around you, because you're now different.
like we talked about
And
earlier.
they either have to adapt to the new Rob, or they have to go another way.
Yeah.
And you shall attract that which will make everything around you even more great. And it continues to grow in that way. See, that's what I'm trying to create, man. I'm trying to be that pebble that started the avalanche, that took everything over. And they now call it truth all the time. And everybody's walking around, smile, man, smile 24 hours a day, man. Every day is a beautiful day to me, whether it's raining, sleet, snow, or hail. I love everybody around me. I don't like all, but I love everybody. Like I want to talk to, because I like you. Because even if me and you never have that conversation, the next person you meet just might.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Changing the world
There
one
it is.
one person at a time, man. The ripple effect.
Yes.
Dang. I needed this conversation more than I thought I did. I know our listeners needed this conversation, especially now we in the middle of the year, y'all. It's June. People got goals, dreams, aspirations, and we all trying to figure something out. And I personally needed to hear this, man. I got to get off my behind and get some stuff done now, but I really needed to hear this. And thank you for sharing this free session. I feel like I got a free session. But I am gonna have to look in the mirror and do some reflecting, man. So I want to thank you for that. And before I let you go, man, tell everyone where they can find you, where they can follow you, and how they can continue to support what you're doing.
Man, I'm old school, so I keep things very simple. Truth Coach Randy on all social media platforms, as well as my website, truthcoachrandy.com. Go there and get your book copy of Truth of the Matter Is. Hey, get your copy. I'm telling you, it will help you on a daily basis. It's a quick, easy read, and that's what I did. I did it and all of my books will be the same way. If I will never write a book that will make you. I don't want it on your shelf. I want it in your pocket.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They not.
That's how I want it. So you can reach me there, and I have an online university, Truth University. You can find that at thesimsapproach.com. That's SIMS approach.com. And once you get to the Sims Approach is actually my copyrighted method for coaching. It's based on the story, implementation of change, manifestation of what you've implemented, and then show and tell the world who you are through your actions. So you do that, and I'm here for you. I love everybody. I'm ready to change the world. If you're ready to get in line, come see me.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Randy, thank you for joining me. All of his information will be in the description, y'all. And again, the mission is being fulfilled. We are promoting positivity. Y'all make sure y'all support this good brother. He will be back on the show. He is going to be a regular. I might have to plan something with him, man, because the gems I just got. Did y'all get the gems today? I got the gems today, man. Y'all know y'all can follow us, FME_podcast on everything. From My Experience Podcast on Facebook. Don't forget to download. Oh, you know what? Let me cancel the outro. This is why I love being in charge. Yo, tell us about your cooking. Your cooking. I almost forgot. That's important, man, because we got Pass the Peas app. Shout out to my boy, Carl Van. So there's an app. I'm going to tell you about it real quick called Pass the Peas. So my boy was inspired by this because he lost his grandmother, and with her, her recipes went. She had some biscuits that she made, and he said he had a dream about the biscuits, and nobody in the family knows how to make the biscuits that grandma made. So he said he didn't want other families to have to go through that. So he invented Pass the Peas app, and it's a recipe app where you can put your recipes in, you can do video instructions. So now you have that personalized touch of that loved one showing you step by step. Or even if you're in the kitchen with them, you have that. And you can create collaborative cookbooks with your family. So you can get your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, and y'all can share those recipes instead of finding those scraps of paper or those old cookbooks. You can have everything in the palm of your hand. So what is it that you like to cook, man? You they call you Chef Coach. I saw you said
Yeah, they do. They call me Coach Chef, man. And well, see, it's crazy because it's like people told me that every time people say, "Who do you want to help?" they look for a demographic, and I say the world, and they think I'm crazy. But I don't believe trauma has a face or color. Trauma is universal.
Yeah.
So with cooking, man, I don't have a genre, bro. I'm on every corner of the universe. Every corner, and it is so funny, Rob. Like, I got the things that I cook as a staple, but when I have guests over, that's when I try something new. I am so not afraid to fail that I love to give people something they've never seen before, and it's also something that I've never done before.
So you a risk taker, bro. When it comes to people and food, the last thing most people want to hear is you tried something new. Okay, like especially when they hungry, like that's like breaking the Thanksgiving rule. Like, I tried something new with the macaroni. Oh, at Thanksgiving? No, do that at Christmas or something. Like, but
that's where it came from. But like, seriously, man, like when I was 5, I remember my dad was watching. We used to watch Emerald a lot, and I fell in love with the creativity of it. And man, I just been cooking my whole life. And one day, my wife was like, "Bro, the world needs to know what you do for me," because my wife doesn't have to cook.
Mm-hmm. That's dope, ladies. Y'all heard that? He's taken. Sorry.
And I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "Babe, they need to see what you do because you be chefing." And she created Coach Chef, man. She just started filming me, started me a page, and started putting the stuff that I do out there, man. And man, it's crazy now. So now I'm intermingling both, because one thing about food, it helps people listen.
Oh yeah.
So now I take my book and people will bring me into their homes. I'll bring in food and we'll do readings. They'll pick a chapter and we'll do a reading about the chapter. We create a conversation amongst good people. And it's like you said, it's like the free session.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, and one thing that would be good, I would love for someone like you in South Carolina. I love somebody like in South Carolina to get my book and read it and be like, oh my God, I need to get in touch with the coach. And they email and they say, "Coach, you think you could come to South Carolina and do a reading for me?" I'll be there. Because man, I'm not hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hiding. The truth can't be hid. The truth must be revealed.
How many more gems you got left?
You
keep dropping the gems, yo. I do want you to download Pass the Peas. I would love to see.
I am.
I would love to see you on there, man. And you know, I got a couple recipes in there. I need to put more, but it's dope because there's a timeline when you get in there and you can see other people's recipes and try it out. But
I got it,
man.
I'm doing it.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad to know that you're available. All right, we out of here for real this time, y'all. I didn't want to. I thought about the chef thing, and you know, I had to go back, but. Like I said before, Randy's information will be in the description. Our information is in the description. We love y'all. Until next time, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.